What's up, guys? Will here with more Magic Arena for you. This time coming at you with a brand new deck, courtesy of another fellow content creator and streamer. Shout out to ChuckBeardo and the Beardo team, Lady Beardo as well, for bringing me this list. This is basically, as you can see, a Rakdos deck, so that's black and red color combination. And we've got a couple things going on. The main thing, this is a Rakdos Aggro deck. So this is a pretty aggressive build aimed at using cards you don't normally see a ton of in Standard. For one of the biggest draws is this card here, Dreadhorde Butcher, black and a red for 1/1 haste. Whenever it deals combat damage to player or planeswalker, put a 1/1 counter on Dreadhorde Butcher. When it dies, deal damage equal to its power to any target. So it gets in fast, it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then even if they kill it, you get some value out of it as well. This is also one of the better Legion Warboss decks in the format, so 2 and a red for a 2/2 Mentor, meaning whenever it attacks creature that's less power than it, it puts a counter on it as long as they're both attacking. At the beginning of a combat on your turn, you create a 1/1 Goblin. That works well with Mentor. Token against haste. It has to attack, which can sometimes lead you into bad situations, especially if your opponent's playing like a Yarok or something that can just gain life every turn. But it's still a very powerful, aggressive card, really good against a lot of the Scapeshift Field of the Dead decks that you see around here. But let's go through the deck in its entirety. So starting at the bottom, the card that a lot of you are familiar with, especially from our Vampires video a few weeks ago, and of course, over the course of this standard cycle, for 1 black, Knight of the Ebon Legion is a 1/2 Vampire Knight. 2 and a black, gets +3/+3 and gains death touch on a turn, so it's pretty hard hitting, and then it gets bigger and bigger. So at the beginning of your end step, if the player lost 4 or more life this turn, put a 1/1 counter on Knight of the Ebon Legion. This card is most commonly played in Vampires decks, but I think post-rotation, which another bonus to this deck that's really cool is that it's mostly rotation proof. There are a few cards like Kindling Phoenix and Vishina Pyromancer and maybe Lightning Strike. I don't know if it's in any of the newer sets, but that do rotate. But overall, this deck does stay fairly rotation proof. So once your vampire decks go, because pretty much all the good vampires are gone after this rotation for Standard, this is a good home for it as well. So moving on to the 2-drop slot, we got Rixmati Reveler for 1 and a red, 2/2 Spectacle, meaning that if you dealt damage, you get to pay an alternate cost to get an effect. So 2 black and a red for that. When Rixmati Reveler enters the battlefield, discard a card, then draw a card. Okay, but if you pay its Spectacle cost, you can start discard hand, then draw 3 cards. So discard your hand, meaning you're playing an aggro deck, so a lot of time your hand is empty. If you play this thing with 0 cards in hand, you're just straight up drawing 3 cards. It's a really sweet one, helps you refill your hand. It's one of the cards that helps decks like this go long against control decks. So this is a nice one there. Next on along the lines, Vishina Pyromancer. This is one of the cards that is rotating, but for 1 and a red, 2/1 Vishina Wizard. Enters the battlefield, deals 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. This thing can pick off Teferis. This thing can just kind of come down, deal some extra damage, continue to pressure your opponent on the ground as a 2-power creature. Solid 2-drop. You've seen a lot in mono red strategies, but we're playing in the 2-drop slot here as well. We've already gone over Dreadhorde Butcher, excuse me, and so we can go over the next one, Legion's End for 1 and a black. You get a sorcery. This is another really good reason to play this deck, because you get an awesome suite of removal spells and sideboard cards. So Legion's End for 1 and a black sorcery, exile target creature and opponent control, convert mana cost 2 or less, and all of the creatures that player controls with the same name as that creature. The main reason this card is in the deck is because of Field of the Dead deck. So Field of the Dead being the card that puts a bunch of 2/2s in play. Every time you play a land, you know, as long as you have 7 other lands or 6 other lands with different names, you get a 2/2 zombie. That card combination with Scapeshift, Circuitous Route, it's the best deck in the format by a mile. You see it all over the ladder and arena right now, and you probably will still even post rotation once Scapeshift goes. So Legion's End remains a really nice way to just clean up the zombies if you need. A Lightning Strike is also another good 2 power removal spell or 2 cost removal spell. Instant deals 3 damage to any target, so not only can this go creatures, but this can also go face. So since you're playing an aggressive deck, that is obviously very valuable. And then moving on to the 3-drop slot, Midnight Reaper for 2 and a black, 3/2 Zombie Knight. Whenever a non-token creature you control dies, Midnight Reaper does 1 damage to you, and you draw a card. So this is a card that has found various homes throughout Standard, but it's never really been like a key player in any deck. But this card does well in this deck because when your creatures die, you get to draw extra cards. So like I said, this in conjunction with Rixmati Reveler and some other cards in the deck like Kindling Phoenix, Bontu, things like that, even Cavalier Knight in some situations. This is the type of aggro deck that actually can go long against your control opponents. So they're removing your creatures, but you are accruing advantage, kind of like in response, I guess you could say. So this is kind of a nice way to draw extra cards. It's even a 3/2 power 3/2 creature, so it can deal some extra damage as well. Win over Legion Warboss a bit, but now we can go up to Rekindling Phoenix for 2 red. You get a 4/3 flyer. This guy's been all over standard for years now, ever since it got printed. But just to go over it again, when Rekindling Phoenix dies, create a 0/1 red elemental creature token with, at the beginning of your upkeep, sack this creature, then return target card named Rekindling Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste until end of turn. So basically, this card just never fucking dies. Pardon my French, but it never dies unless they exile it, of course. So it's very good on defense. It's very good on offense. It's strong against various removal spells. This is a card you actually don't see that much in standard anymore, interestingly enough. It's sort of gone by the wayside, probably a little too slow, but in this deck it's pretty sweet, and it's just a card not a lot of people are super prepared for anymore. So Rekindling Phoenix can sometimes go the distance for you. Moving on to the 5-drop slot. This is not technically a 5-drop, this is a split card, but you get Carnival, Carnage. So on the Carnival side, for 1 hybrid black or red, instant deals 1 damage to our creature or planeswalker and 1 damage to that permanent's controller. So this thing can pick off Llanowar Elves, this thing can pick off Risen Reefs, this thing can pick off Teferis after they've used their minus ability. Of course, Teferi will always get value unless it's been countered, which is why Teferi is such a stupid, heinous card. But Carnival is actually a nice way to deal with that. And then on the flip side, you get Carnage for 2 black and a red. Sorcery speed, however, deals 3 damage to our opponent. That player discards 2 cards. Reminisce of the card Blightning from back in the day. I wasn't playing Magic during that time, but from my understanding, Blightning was a pretty sweet card, and this is a slightly more expensive but a slightly more flexible version of that. So they discard 2 cards, you get the Mind Rot them, and deal 3 damage to the target opponent. So it's burn, it's discard, it's all the things that black and red wants to be doing in a game of Magic. Moving on, we got God Eternal Bontu for 3 black, 5/6 menace, legendary creature, zombie. God, this thing's insane. Enters the battlefield, sacrifice any number of other permanents that includes lands, then draw that many cards. So you can pitch all of you can pitch our Phoenix, you can pitch excess creatures you don't need anymore, you can pitch Dreadhorde Butchers, you can pitch some lands, draw extra cards, refill your hand, and just keep on hammering your opponent. It's a nice one. This is a god. Also, its second ability, when it dies or is put into exile from the battlefield, you can put it into its owner's library, 3rd from the top. So this is that god ability they introduced in War of the Spark, where basically your creature, unless it's exiled, no, even exile, unless it's countered or discarded or milled off the top of your library, this thing is nigh impossible to kill. It just keeps coming back. A very sweet one. The only thing about it that's sort of interesting, a little bit of attention with it, is that you have the sacrifice can be a real cost if you're sacrificing lands, because if it does die, there's a chance that you draw it again, you might not be able to cast it. So there's a little bit of push and pull there with the playing of God Eternal Bontu. So a little interesting god there. Not one of the more often seen played gods. Usually you see like Kefnet as probably being the most played one. Oketra comes up from time to time. Very rarely do you ever see Ronas, but this card is pretty nice. And then lastly, we've got Cavalier Knife for 2 triple black, new mythic elemental knife from M20, 4/5 lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do destroy a target creature and opponent controls, you got plenty of great sacrifice fodder, Legion Warboss tokens, Rekindling Phoenixes, Rixmati Revelers, Dreadhorde Butchers, all sorts of great stuff, and you get to just straight up kill something and create a 4/5 body with lifelink. Last, and then also, when it dies, you return to our creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this guy is great for killing stuff, and it dies, you get some value back, because likely one of your creatures early on in the game is probably killed by a removal spell. This is great if your opponent tries to kill Legion Warboss. Later in the game, you follow up with a Cavalier Knight, kill their blocker, start Warbossing them to death. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, Cavalier Knight, great one as well. And then the lands are pretty much standard. You've got black, red, dual land sources. That's the main deck. Going on to the sideboard now, you guys can't really super well see that because of where my camera is now. But we're just going to go over this here. We got Duress, of course, mainstay of the format. For 1 black sorcery, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it. That player discards that card. Great for taking removal, planeswalkers, sweepers, things like that. Another copy of Legions and the sideboard. Just for those scape shift matchups, you just need as many copies as you can. I might even play 4. I'm not sure if 3 is entirely perfect. I might play 4, but this is not my list. This is given to me. Then we got Noxious Grasp for 1 and a black instant. This has been all over the format because there's so much green, so much Nissa, all that junk. Destroy a creature or planeswalker that's green or white, you gain a life. Very, very, very powerful cyborg option from M20. Then we got Plague Mare for 1 black from 2/2 from M19. Can't be blocked by white creatures, so this is pretty solid in vampires. And then when it enters the battlefield, creatures opponents control get -1/-1 to end of turn. So that takes out their Downto Vanguards, it takes out their Legion's landing tokens. It can sometimes blow out your green opponents as well. So things like Llanowar Elves, Risen Reef, stuff like that. So this is actually a pretty nice option out of the board. I do like that quite a bit. Blood Sun, this is for the Scape Shift matchup, 2 red and enchantment. When Blood Sun enters the battlefield, you draw a card. already off to a good start. Then all lands lose all abilities that mana abilities. So this basically turns off Field of the Dead, turns off Squired Lands, it turns off the blasting land, whatever the hell that thing is, the thing that blows shit up. That turns that land off. So this actually also has some utility in even Nexus matchups, in my opinion. Then moving on, we got Tibalt, Rakish Instigator, or Rakish, don't know how exactly how it's pronounced, but this is a 2-red uncommon planeswalker from War of the Spark. Your opponent's can't gain life, pretty nice. -2, create a 1/1 red devil creature token with when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. I imagine this is probably pretty useful in Esper matchups. So a lot of times they do play things like Oath of Kaya, they play Bellhaunt, whatever that creature's called, the thing that's 3/4, that you discard a card, they gain 3 life. That could be pretty solid there. So I feel like this is a card that could potentially be pretty good at control matchups. I'm interested in wondering, or I'm not interested in wondering, I'm interested in whether or not maybe Chandra, the baby Chandra, might be a little bit better, only because she can go a little bit longer. She continues to make attackers, as opposed to Tibalt, which only makes 2. But then we got, last but not least, we got another Cavalier Knight for the board against probably more mid-range creature matchups, a lot of your green decks. And then lastly, Chandra Awakened Inferno. This is a great one against control because for 4 red, you get a planeswalker that cannot be countered. So that's pretty nice. +2, each opponent gets an emblem with the beginning of your upkeep. This emblem does 1 damage to you. So you get to keep ticking her up, and then eventually your opponent's just going to die no matter what they do. And then -3, Chandra Awakened Inferno, 3 damage to each non-elemental. So this is a good sweeper for sort of fast aggro mirror type matchups. And then -X, deals X damage to our creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, of course X being how much you paid loyalty wise. If the permanent would dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. So removal spell, sweepers, win condition, can't be countered. Chandra kind of does it all. Big Mama Chandra over here. So that kind of rounds out the sideboard and the main deck. As always, we're going to jump into 5 rounds for you guys. So definitely check the rest of the video out. Stay tuned. And for everyone who's been supporting this channel thus far, whether you're here on YouTube or on Twitch, thank you. This has been an awesome ride so far for the past 4-ish, almost 5 months now. So thank you all again. You can follow me on Twitch to catch these streams live. I'll leave a link for that down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And let's get right into the games. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, here we are for round number 1. We are, of course, playing in the traditional ranked queues with this deck. So let's see how we do. On the draw for round 1. Never where you really want to be, but, can't always win the die roll. Let's see what our opponent is up against Alkaline. This hand is interesting. I don't think we can mulligan it, but it's also not very exciting. If I can draw a 1-drop on turn 1, this hand's probably pretty great. Otherwise, it's not amazing. But in the dark, I think I just keep this. And we'll see what they're up to. Hopefully they go like Land Worlds or something that I can just Carnival it. Island. Okay. Perhaps this is then going to be a mono blue matchup. So opponent about to play a Spectral Sailor here. Opt. Okay. Squats to the top, draws a card. Yeah, this is definitely mono blue. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and play the Virificio Pyromancer. Did not get countered. In fact, didn't seem like they had a flash threat. They must, though, right? They kind of just skipped through. Okay, no turn 2 play either. Oh, green mana. Okay, maybe this is not what I thought it was. Could this be straight up just Nexus? Okay, yeah, there's a Chemistry's Insight. I'm going Nexus here. That's my best guess. In that case, let's go fast. So we gotta get Warboss down. I think I do send everything at Narset just to take her off the battlefield. That way they don't get another activation.
This was overwhelming.
And this Carnival card might come in handy. Wilderness Reclamation already. Okay. Let's go to combat. Counter on my dude, the Mentor Trigger. So now the question is, do we want a Carnival to take strip 2 cards from their hand and threaten lethal next turn, or do we want to go for Phoenix? I think since we have enough on the battlefield already, I'm just going to Carnage them. See what they do. They might go for Chemisters in response. Yep. Well, let's see what they discard. Because now they're dead next turn unless they have a an actual root snare, so like the fog effect prevents all combat damage and all that jazz. There's a search. So let's see. They could theoretically Nexus this turn. Let's see if they got it. I'm gonna go on a limb and say they probably do. Yep. Because they always do. They got 5 cards in the yard, so depending on what they can put together here, they might be able to flip search, which is likely lights out for us, but we'll see. There's an opt. Comment in the... leave a comment below if y'all are sick and tired of this deck and can't wait to not have to play it again in Standard. Raise your hand. Whoever thought of Nexus of Fate as being a card that was reasonable in Standard should be fired. Just saying. Okay, they don't have anything in the yard to bring back as far as root snares, so they're gonna have to go searching for either Nexus or another root snare. Probably could just go search for Nexus here. See if they find one, and they found it. All right, we might just be dead here. Depending on how many Nexusi they manage to get off, I might just go to the next game, because this is not gonna be exciting to watch for anyone, and certainly not exciting for me to play against, so. Let's see if we can cobble it together. They don't have very many cards, for whatever that's worth. But they're probably going to get back something along the lines of, like, Narset, maybe. That wouldn't be too bad, although Escanta is about the same thing. They get at least 2 looks at a Nexus or a Root Snare. There's a Root Snare. So they're gonna get back Wilderness. Okay. So they're trying to double up on either Escanta triggers or double up on something else. Maybe Blast Zone to take out some of the attackers. Well, Blast Zone actually wouldn't do much in this scenario, but certainly double up on Escanta is pretty solid. And double Reclamation probably means we're dead. Although they only found a Growth Spiral, so their next hit has to be something good. Alright, so Escanta with the floating mana, easy. Another Nexus. I'm just gonna scoop it up here. I wonder how many Nexus of players have ever actually won with the win condition, or if they just win based on frustration. Okay. Duress comes in, Legion's End comes out, I believe. Noxious Grasp comes in. Cavalier Knight comes out. I think Chandra comes in. Midnight Reaper comes out. I think Blood Sun comes in, because that turns off their Escantas. And then... I guess Lightning Strike, we can shave some copies of those. Try it like this. I don't know if the Carnage Carnival is actually any good in the matchup, but it did kind of nothing there. Although I don't think really playing a creature in that scenario would have done much either. Like just putting a little bit more power on board. I mean, we didn't actually get another turn after that turn, so it was kind of like not really going to do anything. And they're definitely just going to go off at that point with double Reclamation, with a Search in play, or Escanta the Sunken Ruin in play. So hard to win at that stage of the game. Okay. This hand seems good. Double Rekindling Phoenix is not exciting, but we have a Rick's Mighty Reveler to pitch one away. We have a turn 1 Duress into a turn 2 Dreadhorde Butcher, which can do a lot of damage over the course of the game. I'm not sure exactly how these Nexus players sideboard these days. A lot of times they used to bring in things like Biogenic Ooze as a way to kind of play a mid-rangier game. But let's see what our opponent's up to. Ooh. Interesting. So at this stage of the game, Veil Summer's not going to do a ton, but I don't mind hitting Growth Spiral. Because now their ramp is a little bit less. I could have hit Chemisters. That doesn't really do much. I mean, they can just cast it eventually. It just means I got rid of 1/2. So I kind of like, not quite two-for-one myself, but also didn't really do that well either. All right. So finding some lands here, but let's get Dreadhorde Butcher down. Start swinging. Dreadhorde Butcher has the potential to go pretty far here, but we'll see. Hopefully they didn't draw another Growth Spiral. The second Swamp is pretty rough because we obviously can't really cast anything with it. I think I will play the Reveler here and pitch that Swamp, and then hopefully we find our red source. There's our red source. So we've got Phoenix on curve. They found another Growth Spiral though, which is bad. Growth Spiral just really like helps them bridge the gap effectively between turns 2 and 4 and lets them get Reclamation online a lot sooner. So let's go for an attack here. Phoenix. Seems good. They're definitely just looking for Wilderness Reclamation. Cerulean Drake, huh? Okay, that's pretty good. And a search. Well, actually, here now I can cast Carnival Carnage. Let's start by attacking. They have 3 cards in the yard. I think I will Carnage now, since they're tapped out, and they have a Veiled Summer in hand. Although this does help them along in the searching, which kind of sucks, but they don't have a Wilderness yet, I don't think. They have 5 cards in the yard. If they cast Chemisters in response... Oh, they're putting Wilderness in the yard. Do they have another one? They must. Or they're looking for a Root Snare. They don't want to die. Alright, we got them. They didn't find what they needed to live another turn. Cool. That worked out pretty well. Carnival Carnage is interesting. Not sure how good it is. But Tybalt's not really going to be playing very well. Cavaliers don't really do anything. Plaguemarks don't really do anything. Minded Raper, they don't really remove any of your own stuff, so it's not really worth it. Lightning Strike has the same problem as Carnival Carnage, and at least Carnival comes with an added bonus of Mind Rotting. I think our Cyber plan is fine, but we're on the draw for this one. We're going to have to get a pretty fast start. Not surprised we won the game we played on the play, because we're an aggro deck, and that first turn advantage is just huge. Okay, this hand's not bad. It could use some, a little bit faster of a draw, but at the same time, we got Blood Sun to turn off Search, which is not nothing. Turning off Skylands is not nothing. Turning off Blast Zone's not nothing. We have a Chandra in hand as well, so that can win the game. If they want to take the extra turns, they're more than welcome to, Cerulean Drake, huh? Okay. Man, I wish I had that in turn 1. That's okay. Viashino, get down. Fortunately, Viashino Pyromancer does not really do anything against a Cerulean Drake. Although I wonder, if that's the case, I wonder if it's worth it just to play Knight that turn. Not really sure. I think I will play Blood Sun though. Cool. So that resolves. They probably have a Growth Spiral in hand or something, I would imagine. No attacks. Next turn, I can either get down Knight of the Ebon Legion and Dreadhorde, or I can get just a Rekindling Phoenix down. And looks like my opponent might be stuck on lands, so that's good. They could have Sinister Sabotage. So... let's test that theory. I don't know if that's a card they would play. God, there's no real reason to attack. Or is there? You know what? I will at least get 3 points of damage in if I do this. So, I think that's okay. Puts him down to 15. Especially because they're stuck on lands, I think we do want to make sure we are getting in for as much as possible. Blast Zone is a little annoying. Although, no, it's not, because I have Blood Sun. See? Comes in handy. Wilderness Wreck, though, kind of sucks for me. Great. Do they have like Blink of an Eye or something? Yeah, alright, fair enough. Next turn we got Chandra though. I mean, we could just never get another turn, but who knows? Yeah. Chance we just don't get another turn. It's the unfortunate side effect of just not having a fast enough draw. Just being like a little bit too slow compared to like the red decks, I would say. Yeah, he's 100% taking another turn if he's doing that. He or she, I shouldn't assume. Like no chance in hell. I'm getting another turn here, but we'll see. I mean, turning off Search is not nothing, so that's cool. But at the same time, it's a little rough. They didn't even flip mana though, so they didn't have anything else. I think there was only one Wilderness, right? They had another one on the stack? Could be wrong. And a Narset, okay. Yeah, sure.
Before action.
They found another Nexus, so... So we're not getting another turn. I don't think. That's probably gonna be game, we'll see. Do they have anything else to do with their mana? They don't. So no Chemist's Insights or anything. They are kind of relying on hitting Nexus, like, consistently. As far as I can tell. Well, there's Tamiyo.
I would like to test a new hypothesis.
Tamiyo goes searching for one.
I know I noted this somewhere.
They didn't find one. That's good. It's very good. They're gonna try and go for it though. See if they can hit one off the Growth Spiral. Or at least a Chemisters or something. Another Growth Spiral. Nothing. Okay. So I think I have to kill Tamiyo this turn. Just regardless. See if they got like a root snare or something. I think they do. Nope. Okay.
Stop interrupting me.
Pyromancer. So if we can't finish off the Tameo here.
All stories must end.
All right, that worked out. Taking it, I mean, not playing Chandra there is maybe a mistake. I'm not sure. They can't get anything off Narset. They don't seem to have a whole lot in hand. I mean, they obviously have their draw step, but the question of whether or not they can continue going, it's definitely speculative at this point. Although now that they got double mana, you know, I feel like you don't see, I could be wrong, but I feel like I don't see Nissa in these decks very often. Perhaps it's a sideboard option. I'm not sure. It seems that way, but what do I know? Another Tameo, though. That might be game, honestly, because I put a lot of effort into killing just one Tameo, basically taking a whole turn to do it, and now they're just getting it back. I mean, they've got Blink of an Eye and Trancing Melody in the sideboard, or not the board, in the graveyard, but they're just gonna go looking for Nexus, I'm guessing. They didn't find Nexus. They pitched a Root Snare too, so not too bad. And we're not taking any damage this turn. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Anything in their end step? Any instance? None. Okay. So. God, this is rough. This is so rough. Holy crap. Okay, so I think I have to just attack everything at Nissa. I could Lightning Strike a Braiding Pool, play Rekindling Phoenix as a follow-up, or I could just pump Knight of the Ebon Legion. It's a little rough. I mean, having just both of these is very difficult, but I think I have to kill Tameo. I need to get rid of his card advantage engines. So I at least have to try. Well, I don't know if there's no reason to throw away. God, this sucks. I think I have to do this, so at the very least they can't get something back. They have a Root Snare, though. That's game. That's game. Unfortunately. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to Chandra like a turn or two ago. I feel like I have to deal with their Planeswalkers, but oi, oi, oi. It doesn't feel like I'm in a good spot here. In my old version, I'd have more like cheap, aggressive flyers. So I wonder if that's just like slightly better in these types of matchups. Chemistry's Insight's gonna undoubtedly find one. We shut off a Memorial, so that's not an option. This is brutal, though. I mean, this is really brutal.
Behold, nature's true power.
They pitch a Search. And they have 2 cards in hand. Doesn't seem like they have much going for them. I'm just gonna take it, I guess. Pyromancer might need to chump at some point, but alright, I think they found a Nexus if they're doing this. Or they just have another Chemisters. There's a Nexus. I'm just gonna pack it in. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just gonna pack it in. I'm not beating Nissa ticking up again. There's just no chance. Unfortunate. I don't think I played that terribly, but I think our opponent just drew very well. And we were a little bit strapped on mana, just not only really able to cast 1 or 2 spells a turn, not even 2 most of the time, and they were just able to get a ton of advantage with Planeswalkers. A little bit tough. But going into round number 2, I'll see you guys in just a sec. Alright, here we are for round number 2. Let's see if we do a little better. Up against Darth Heretic. I've seen this name several times, I think. I don't know if they're a streamer or if they're someone who just watches a lot of streams. I spend a lot of time on Twitch. I'm not sure. This hand, I can't cast anything, so we're going to mulligan it. This hand is also pretty poor. I think I have the mulligan again. I'll keep this one. Pitching Cavalier and Pyromancer, I think. At the very least, we can Rixmati something away if we need to. Legion's End can deal with maybe a threat or two. And Knight of the Ebony Legion's a good turn 1 play, so we'll run with that. See if they're like vampires or anything. Looks like they're vampires. I think I'm gonna Legion's End this. See what's in their hand as well. Nothing much. They've got some Legion's Landing and a Legion Lieutenant, which is actually pretty good, but I'm just gonna start smacking their face with Knight of the Ebony Legion, I think. Honestly. Could kill that as well. I'm just gonna attack and see what they do first. Let's get number 1. And then... Oh, they have a Sorin. I'm gonna pass. I didn't even see the Sorin. I thought that was a land. I want to see if they try to, like, play Sorin. Oh, no, they're just gonna play Sorin, and then... Fuck, they're just gonna play Sorin. Put the big fatty into play. That's unfortunate. That's quite unfortunate. In fact, I probably should have killed this in response to the champions. They drew 1 less card. Not sure. I just got to get Sora on the battlefield. This deck completely revolves around having Sora in play. Yeah, and they know it. It's gonna be a pretty uphill battle from here, I think. Oh, they're just gonna sack and kill our knight. Fair enough. I think that's a reasonable play. Let's see what else they got to follow up. A Danto. Okay. That's quite good, actually, because next turn they can just plus, put a counter on Danto, and just really go to town. Alright, let's land. Rixmati. Draw something of value. My old list had a lot more Planeswalker removal. I got nothing. I'm just gonna go Scoop Town. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm not beating Sorin at that point. There's just no chance. Okay. So Legion's End comes in for sure. I like Plague Mares. I like Cavalier. I like Chandra, I think. Let's get rid of Midnight Reaper. Let's get rid of Carnivals. I think you can cut Bontus in this matchup. And then I'm going to throw away... Pitch, maybe like 1 Warboss. Warboss is not at its best in this matchup, I don't think. Just because they present a lot of blockers and your 1/1 tokens don't do a whole lot. The 1/1 tokens you create, if they survive, can block like Adanto Vanguard and stuff pretty well, and can chump like Knight of the Ebony Legions pretty well, and can trade with Sky March or Aspirant, whatever it's called, but the tokens have to attack is the only problem. I'll keep this one. This seems reasonable. I mean, to be fair, we did mold to 5 in the first game, so could be worse. But if we do win this one, we're gonna have to play on the draw against vampires in the 3rd game, so a little rough. All right, here we go. Knight of the Ebony Legion. Say go. Let's see what they can put down on turn 1. If it's a knight, I'm just snapping it off. Vicious Conquistador, I don't care too much about. Although a 2nd Lightning Strike. God, if they have a Legion's End for the Knight of the Ebony Legion, that would suck. Okay. God, that's such a waste of Lightning Strikes. This thing's really not that effective. I mean, it's not bad. Let's look at this damage in. It's tough. think I'm just gonna pass and see what they do, actually. Because if I Lightning Strike next turn, there's a good chance I can get Legion Warboss down and attack. Okay. Resolves. Drought Decree's not bad, especially since I have Warboss in the tank. They're bottomed. Maybe they're looking for lands. I should have definitely killed that before combat, though. That was a mistake. Now I just took an extra point of damage I didn't need to. Alright, get in for one with the Warboss. And a Danto Vanguard, okay. I'm definitely going to strike that knight, for sure. Nice, and they took 4 damage to do that as well. I like it. Alright, Lightning Strike this. Just to get it out of the damn way. And I can attack Warboss here too, because the Danto Vanguard doesn't get the boost. Maybe Warboss is better than I thought. I just feel like a lot of times Warboss the tokens don't do much, and like the body of Warboss itself isn't especially great. But I mean, it's doing well this game. I think the waiting to play the Lightning Strike there was the correct call. Okay. That felt pretty good. I don't think I'm going to change anything. Maybe go down to like just one Chandra. I don't think I need both of them. And just bring back the Warboss, I suppose. I wonder if just like one Carnival is okay. Simply because the single ping can kill a Sorin, I believe, after they've minused. It can take down. There's a fair number of creatures that it can kill. I'm not sure. I'll give it a try just for testing purposes, but that could be wrong. Let's find out. Because the ping is not invaluable. And in a pinch, if there's a chance like you could get lucky and take out like a Danto when they don't have the life to pay. Looks like they're mulliganing to 5 on the play. 4 maybe? Oh boy, so you're saying there's a chance. That's what I'm getting out of this one. So you're saying there's a chance. Yeah, they mulled to 4 there. Oh boy. All right, here we go. I'm gonna play Knight. If we win this, it's mostly because our opponent mulliganed to 4 doesn't have black mana, it looks like. That's unfortunate. Oh, Arena. Oh, Shuffler. Shuffler strikes yet again. Alright, let's go for an attack first. See what they do. Sure. Okay. Okay, well, they didn't give me time to think about it. Basically, I was thinking I could, like, with the trigger on the stack, I'll Carnival card to see if they want to pay extra life, and that way I can get some extra triggers on the Knights, but they scooped because they mulled to 4 and obviously just thought they were going to die. Fair enough. Flip some packs, guys. We got a pack reward. It's going to be gems because we have everything in M20, I'm pretty sure, at this point. Sweet. All right, on to round number 3. See you guys in a second. All right, y'all, here we are for round number 3. We are 1-1. Nexus of Fate was our first loss, and then we just defeated Vampires on an unfortunate mull to 4 for our opponent. We'll see how we can do this one. And this hand's a little bit land heavy, but we got lands, we got spells, we got Rixmati to pitch some lands if we need to. Looks like a keep to me. I probably should let a mountain. Sometimes players don't want to run their land worlds and stuff into a potential shock. All right, start taking up Dreadhorde Butcher. Bloodcrypt could probably be something like Grixis, or maybe even just the Mirror. Yep, there's the blue land, and they Discovery. Oh, perfect. That gives us some extra time. There is a chance they have Cry the Canarium in the main of their deck, but we'll find out. I'm gonna Pyromancer here. Smack him. Get him. Grow him. And now at least Dreadhorde Butcher's out of range. Ritual set's still a card, but you never know. here we go. So let's get in. I'm sure they have a removal spell at this point. Bedevil, as expected. Hit him. I'm gonna play a Pyromancer. Keep hitting him. I'm gonna pass. I expect him to play like... Oh, they did have the main deck cries. Okay. I thought maybe they might go for like a Nicol Bolas that turn, but they did not. Awesome. If they have the second cry, this kind of sucks, but we'll see. We still have 4 lightning strikes in our deck and some other stuff. Oh my god, the second cry! Come on, man. That's unlikely. Double cry on the what was that, on the play? Ugh. Big yikes. Alright, well, that sucks. And there's Kefnet. Yeah, looks like they're gonna stabilize here. Just gotta go lightning strike, and we should be in okay shape. Of course, we're just going to draw nothing but lands. But, you know. Classic Magic the Gathering. Opponent has double removal, double Wrath, and then doesn't even really need much else. Chandra. Yikes, that probably is gonna just close it off unless we can just go lightning strike here.
Is the best way to destroy things.
All right, taking 4. They wiped her 2/2, which I don't think was necessary. Okay. We're just gonna draw only lands. I don't want to draw spells anyway. No big deal, deck. No big deal.
Let's get toasty.
Narset.
I know 88 ways to kind of just the trick for this.
They got Angrat's Rampage. Man, the double cry. Come on, man. That is rough. Taking 1 and another land. The flood is real. GG. All right. So I think our opponent had a pretty lucky draw there, to be honest, but that's okay. Let's bring in the stuff. I don't know if Cavalier Knight is worth it. They only play a couple creatures, and most of them are resilient to removal. Nicol Bolas isn't super resilient, but I don't think Cavalier Knight's entirely necessary in this matchup. Could be wrong. Otherwise, though, I mean, Lightning Strike would have saved us in that matchup if we had multiples, but I think the Planeswalkers are worth it just to, I don't know, get a little bit of extra advantage. I'm not sure, though, actually. Maybe Tybalt's not worth it, because reason being is they don't really have any life gain in those colors, and then the 1/1s are fairly anemic, especially if they're playing Cry the Canarium in the main deck. So I think we just try it like this. The Lightning Strikes aren't at their best because they don't have very many targets for removal, but worst case scenario, they can go face. They can maybe take down a Planeswalker. So we're going to give it a shot like this. On play, I think yet again, unfortunately. I'm going to keep this one, but it's not exciting. If Knight of the Abbot Legion goes, we are not in the best of shape. We'll see, though. Let's see how fast we can go. Okay. Swing for 1. I'm just going to play this now. I want to draw more action. We don't need these lands at the moment. We would have drawn another one anyway. I think the likely scenario here is I'm just going to pump Knight of the Abbot Legion so next turn it doesn't die to Cry the Canarium. They take our Midnight Reaper. Makes sense. Pitching Chandra, so they're looking for lands, and we just find more and more lands. If we lose this, I do believe it's really just because of flooding out. But we'll see. I hate to be the complainer, but these draws have been pretty abysmal. Angrat's Rampage. Ooh, our opponent's draw is bad. Our opponent's draw is very bad. Are they missing land drops too? That means their hand's all gas, but... Oh no, there's a steam vents. Okay. I think I'm just gonna pump. We want to try and get their last 2 cards if we can. And if they want to use a removal spell in the night, so be it. Search. Okay, I can live with that. They know we have. Okay, well, I might just win. And then Skillo? Yeah. Didn't seem necessary to do in the upkeep. And maybe they have like a counter spell or something. I don't know. Alright, that seemed fair. They are playing Search for Skanta. I still don't think it's worth bringing in Blood Sun. They don't have too many utility lands in their version of the deck, it seems, so it's probably back. On the draw, of course, much worse than being on the play, but so it goes. So it goes. So it goes. So it goes. Kitaku. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, I just subjected you guys to that. Oh boy. Losing our minds here, y'all. Losing our minds. Good 7, good 7? Keepable 7, but not a good 7. Pyromancer. I wonder if Pyromancer's just like a cut. Card doesn't really do much. Hopefully they just play a bunch of tap lands and don't do anything. Yeah. Oh man, that would have been a great turn 1. So it goes. No double black.
I train at home your prowess.
Another Narset. Interesting. Ooh, Bantu's a good one. So I think. God. Okay, I'm gonna Pyromancer. So this doesn't really do anything right now. Swing at their face. God, I could Knight. I think I pass. I don't know if that's correct. I just don't. I'm like, even if they cry here, we still have a Dreadfort Butcher in play, but they have rituals, so it's pretty bad. That would have been nice to have a Knight for. Very well. Guess I'm just passing. Ritual of Soot's pretty bad here, of course. Oh no, they're gonna copy Bedevil. Well, actually, that doesn't really do much. They still have to pay all the mana for it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Well, nothing I can do about that. They can't realistically attack, I don't think. Alright, I'm gonna get Bantu down now. And I'm not gonna sacrifice too much stuff because Narset's in play. Just gonna sack the 3/3 because it's not doing anything. Looks like they hit another Bedevil. I guess they're gonna Bantu it, or gonna kill Bantu. Fair enough. Just comes back, so they're kind of not really doing much with their turn. If I draw a land, perfect, because now I can do this. I can Pyromancer, kill Narset,
Still have much to
and then play a Phoenix. No attacks. I feel like next turn, worst case scenario. Well, they have a Bedevil, so that's pretty good actually. Losing the Rick Smoddy kind of sucks, especially because of that. I think I just attack with that. Like I could attack. They block Phoenix or something, then get to bedevil it, and then I lose my Phoenix. They have Bolas here. It kind of sucks. I think they can cast it. It's like I don't know what the exact mana. Yeah, it's triple black, red, and blue. Let's see what they do. Draw a card. Definitely not exiling the Phoenix.
Smarted you eons ago.
Okay. Let's go 4. There we go. Well, I have to attack here. I feel like I'm kind of just throwing cards around and not really doing much with them. But maybe Bo3 does something. We'll see. He might just destroy Bo3 though. Kill Warboss. Warboss is not gonna do anything on this board.
You have no weakness I cannot explore.
It's gonna be hard to get through all this. That's for sure. I think they'd be Devil. Take action. Thing is, I can't get through all these blockers. I just don't have any recourse to get through all this, and these Phoenixes aren't doing anything. It's kind of brutal. I'm kind of feeling scooping, honestly. I don't really have any good advantage. They have Bolas in play with Kefnet going. Yeah, I don't see any way to win. Oh, okay. All right, well, that didn't work out so great. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's throw a ball in the mastery tree. Look at us go. All right, well, that was a little disappointing. 1 and 2 now, lost to Grixis. I don't know. I don't know if we really had much game in that matchup. It felt a little bit bad. But we'll see. We just kind of have to keep plugging along. Bear with me here, you guys. I'll win some matches. I promise this deck is actually pretty good. But we're having some tough breaks here. On the draw for this one. This hand is bad. I think I mulligan this. I mean, I don't know. I could draw okay. I don't know. It seems pretty poor. Blood Crypt. Are we up against the Grixis again? Looks like it. That's unfortunate. This feels like a pretty bad matchup. It's not a matchup you see very often either. So, they bottomed. Perhaps they're in search of some lands. As are we. Just want to make sure. Since I operate off a laptop, have to be on the charger when playing games. They had the Disfigure for the Pyromancer, which I'm cool with. Pyromancer doesn't do anything in this deck really, other than attack. Whoa, Captain Lannery Storm. Very interesting. We're lagging kind of hard. So apologies for that, y'all. I'm gonna strike this. I feel like I gots to. I'm not sure what my opponent's playing. If they're playing Lannery Storm. That's an interesting one. It's definitely a new one. Cryptic Caves. I have no idea what my opponent's playing now. Some sort of treasure deck? Treasure control? I don't even know. Bond of Revival. Okay. Sure. Taking 2? You got it. My turn. I guess I do this. I don't know though. Might be worth taking out their stuff from their hand. They only have 3 cards, and Carnival Carnage will get 2 of them. But I don't know what they're playing is the thing. Like, they're definitely Reanimator of some kind. Probably should have just attacked with Dredger Butcher there. But this is the most mana efficient play. And they don't seem to have a whole lot going on. Interesting. Blood for Bones. They need a threat in play to actually reanimate anything, it looks like. So they're playing full-on reanimator. Okay. Oh boy. We are lagging out the wazoo here. Might restart the climb before the next round. I think I just pitch like this. I don't really need Viashino anymore, although it does potentially threaten lethal following turn. Well, not lethal actually. No, it would be maybe one short. But I figure I'll draw more lands. We'll get what we need eventually. Charting, what do they throw away? God, if they have Drakoseth and put it right into play and I don't have a land for Cavalier, that's gonna be very upsetting. Oh boy, here we go. No Bond of Revival, please? Oh, they concede. Great. I don't even know. I wasn't even sure if I had them dead, honestly. Alright, so we're up against Reanimator. Definitely want these Duresses. Probably want the other Cavalier. And Chandra seems okay. Otherwise, we don't need Legion's End, really. I definitely don't want Carnival Carnage if they're just going to be able to throw away cards they don't need anymore. And Lightning Strike's not at its best. Well, Lightning Strike's not terrible in the sense that they have cards like Tomebound Lich usually, so you can clear the way for those guys. And then if you can clear the way for that, you can keep attacking, and they don't have anything to sacrifice with Blood for Bones. But they are playing more stuff along the lines of Lannery Storm, so I'm not sure what their build is like. It's a little bit unconventional as far as cards I've seen personally. So let's see what we got. Sand seems like a solid hand. Chandra continues to be semi-awkward, I feel like, in this build, just because it's hard to get up to 6 in a reasonably quick fashion before your opponent's able to kind of like stabilize and stuff. But we have a pretty quick draw here, so hopefully we can get through. Opponent has Charter Course. Hopefully they don't just right away pitch. Well, they right away pitch Rakdos. Okay. We are on a clock, ladies and gentlemen, so let's get cooking here. Being on the draw for this is going to make it a lot more difficult, that's for sure. Wonder if they brought in any sweepers. Let's find out. Ooh, they're Legion's End the Butcher. Fair enough. Man, hitting the lead Knight that Admin Legion would have gotten 2 cards. Unfortunate for the opponent. Let's see what else they got cooking up. Alright, I think they might have another one. Never know. They might have another one. But this gets the most stuff on the board. Uses our mana most effectively while still advancing our board state. Augur of Bolas. Okay. I mean, that blocks the Viashino for sure. They find Blood for Bones, so incoming Drakoseth. Next turn, we gotta find like a Lightning Strike or something. Ooh, Duress! That was an absolutely sick draw. Absolutely sick draw. Get out of here. That was unbelievably savage. They gotta block 1. And you know what? I think I do it here. Reason being is this cuts off Blood for Bones. They don't have anything to put into play. I mean, if they have the thing that makes things have haste, the Bond of Revival, obviously they're in great shape. But if they don't, yeah, it makes life easier for us. Cryptic Caves will draw another card. Man, that's kind of tough to play in a 3-color deck, I feel. But what do I know? Man, Drakoseth is absolutely bonkers. What do they got for me? Disfigure? Seems good. Jeez. Okay. You know what? I am gonna do this. We don't have Chandra mana anytime soon. This gets more buys on the board. We drew Lightning Strike, so that's some burn to the face. See if we can wrap this one up. All right, so they're not reanimating this turn, for sure. They could present a blocker. Nothing, huh? Unplay that untapped so I can pump and Lightning Strike. Fungal infection. All right, resolves. They're not dead, but they're pretty close. Fungal infection is kind of annoying. Oh wait, what? Why didn't I get a chance to? Wait a second. Why didn't I get a chance to? Would I've had to hold priority? I feel like I should have gotten a chance to Lightning Strike there before damage, but whatever. Or 4 blocks. Maybe I messed up. Already got one. Nice. So now we're 2-2. We beat Grixis. We beat Vampire, or British Reanimator and Vampires. We lost Grixis and Nexus of Fate.
I heard you had some dead things that needed to stay dead.
And we'll go for our final round. I'll see you guys in just a sec. All right. Last round. Let's see if we can end on a high note with this deck. Rakdos on the play. And I think we got a keeper. So let's do it. I'm gonna lead on Mountain for Carnival Carnage in case they have like Land of Worlds or something. You know, the natural inclination is to play the Blood Crypt tapped there, I think, but this way we have outs to a Land of Worlds draw that we just don't want to see. Man, lots of Blood Crypts tonight. Maybe people are starting to catch on to the Rakdos train or the Grixis train or whatever this might be. Maybe it's Mardu, who knows? Mardu Angels you see very, very rarely, but Jund? Ooh, Jundinos? Jundinos, okay. Ooh, the thing that sucks though here is we actually cannot kill Otepec Huntmaster. So they'll block the token, of course. No reason not to. A little bit rough here, actually, because if they throw down a Ripjaw Raptor, Warboss is pretty bad here. Did they give it haste? They didn't. They did not. They did not give it haste. That makes complete sense, I think. So, in that case, let's go to attacks. And I think what I want to do here is actually attack the Warboss. The reason being is we can mentor the token, and then any of these creatures can kill a Ripjaw. They're gonna draw 2 cards, which really sucks. But what are you gonna? You gotta do something. I mean, I don't know. I could play Mid-Raper there to try and maybe get some extra card advantage and then kind of respond to their card advantage, try and be in card parity in a way, but we're still behind on cards anyway. I don't know. But we're gonna try this. Warboss is terrible against dinosaurs. Ripjaw Raptor is beating against the Legion Warboss. It's not looking good. Probably wondering if they have like, I have like some -2, -2 or something like that. I mean, this really sucks. This does not feel good at all. But I think I gotta do it. Gotta get this off the table. I mean, if they have another one, I'm in deep shit, but it is what it is, you know? They're gonna draw another card, which is just absolutely miserable. Yeah, resolves. Their hands totally full. I'm gonna Rick Smoddy, try and find something. Get rid of this Carnival, I think. Doesn't do anything. This is why I kind of like my older version of this deck, where they had more flying threats, because you can get over the top of situations like this. Another Otepec could be worse. If they go like green source into Ripjaw after, I'm gonna be very upset. Oh my god! Ah! That's miserable. That is so bad. That is so bad. I've shot called both of these. I need to start saying, hey, I would love for you to have this card. And then go from there. Because that's insane. That they just got another one. They just like a million for one to me, I feel like. Ceratops, okay. I'm gonna lose to my old standby. Oh, big Galta. You got it, bud. Where are we headed? Where are we headed? Attack for 12? Attack for 16. So I have to block. Nope. Interesting. Yeah, I only have 11 power on board. I can't even like block out. I go to 6. I think I gotta send it face. Knight. Yeah, I would need to draw a runner lightning strikes to win there. All right, fair enough. Game number 2. Ripjaw Raptor, an absolute house. Get rid of these war bosses. They are atrocious. Noxious Grasp. Cavalier Knight. I guess Legion's End. Ugh, pretty ugly. I hate so many of these cards are bad. This configuration seems especially bad against dinosaurs, which maybe people don't think that's a deck anymore, but it's definitely a deck. Definitely a deck. Yeah. Try it out. Try it out. So I kind of prefer Cast Down than Lightning Strike. Sometimes you just need to actually kill something instead of just burning them out. But let's see how we do, boys and girls. Marinus is in the tank and had a sideboard. I don't know if our sideboard plan, like our sideboard just really doesn't have much for the dinosaurs matchup. We got those Noxious Grasps, but it's kind of it. We don't really have anything else. No Bedevils, nothing else, pretty much. No Lava Coils even, so, for that matter. So, we're gonna have to get pretty lucky here. Oh, this hand. I think I got a mulligan this. Like, we need removal for their 2-drop stuff. There we go. And like, otherwise it just doesn't really cut it. So I think this hand's okay. I don't know if I'm pitching Rixmati or like a removal spell, but I think I just pitch Rixmati. Or did I pitch Dreadhorde? Probably Rixmati. We're on the play. Dreadhorde's a little better. I don't know about this hand, but we're gonna give her a go. Our Mountain. Let's see what their start's like. Hopefully they don't go like Lana or Elves. Just go like, yeah, go tap land. There you go. That's what we want to see. Unclaimed territory, Otepec. I will lightning strike that in a heartbeat. Let's see if we can slow them down a bit. We're once again, Chandra just being awkward. Is Chandra even good? I don't know. It can like deal with a big threat if you need to in a pinch with the minus. Another Otepec and a Commune. Okay. Well, we got Noxious to deal with Ripjaw Raptor. Rodney Regisaur, not so much. but could be worse. Rotting Regisaur is not even that insane here. I don't think they can realistically attack with it, and then just gonna chew away their hand. We got double grasp for any of their real threats, so I could even like just chump with the Viashino if they want to like play it and give it haste or something, which I don't think they would. But let's see what they got. Regisaur Alpha. Okay, legit. Do they give anything haste? They don't. Very interesting. Swing with the 3/3? You got it, bud. No problem. I definitely just Noxious Grasp the Regisaur Alpha and swing with everything. And Black Source was actually a pretty good draw. So now they gotta consider actually blocking. I think, honestly. Oh, they're gonna take it? Boy, that is so aggressive. Alright, we got another Grasp available. Worst case scenario, we just leave Dreadhorde on blocking duty. You know what I mean? Let's see what they can cobble together. Maybe they got like Galta, Ripjaw Raptor. Okay, that's fine. That's what, 14 points of damage. It's not even that bad. All right, we'll take 10. That feels pretty aggressive. But they also obviously don't have another Noxious Grasp available. And the double Chandra being annoying. Maybe that cut one? I don't know. I don't know what I bring in though. Maybe cut like one Chandra. Bring back something along the lines of like Tybalt. I don't know. Like a one of Tybalt. Tybalt can deal with, well, no, Legion's End's bad. Tybalt can create blockers and not Warboss. I don't think they have any ways to gain life so much, but so I played dinosaurs quite a bit. I don't know. It's better than just like drawing a bunch of 6-drops you can't cast. That's how I look at it, I guess. And Legion's End really is only good on turn 2. Pretty much. It's really good on turn 2, but that's the only time it's really good in this matchup, I feel. So we'll see if this Cyborg plan's a mistake. Because I just don't know if Tybalt's worth it, but like chumping Rotting Regisaur is not insignificant, you know? Like just being able to keep yourself from dying to a big 7/6. I don't think I can keep this. I gotta have removal. 5 lands, the Tybalt, that's not even like really a great Cyborg card. Yeah, mulliganing. Okay, a Noxious Grasp is better. I think I pitch Bontu. But we'll see. We'll see. Noxious Grasp, of course, doesn't really deal with their really much of anything. Legion's End was a good draw, though. Otipet Cutmaster or Marauder Raptor, I'm coming for you. And they got the Otipet. Okay. I can live with that. Lightning Strike, too. I think I got Legion's End, though. We also get to see their hand. Oh, it's like not much. Just Rotting Reggie. I could live with that. Their hand is pretty much all land otherwise. So this is where Tybalt comes into play, because he can just jump Rotting Regisaur for all eternity. At least for 2 turns. Okay. So I'm gonna attack. Let's see if he wants to trade. I'm gonna offer the trade. Gonna offer it. I don't think they take it. Passing. Regisaur starts chipping me at their hand. They probably just pitch some land, like Forest or Overgrown Tomb or something. I can't take 7 for too long, but I can at least take 1 hit. It really depends on what they find off this draw step. They got land. Looks like they're just going to attack. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 7 here. My turn. Okay. Sure. I get him for 1, I think. And then I think I do have to pitch a knight here. I gotta block this Regisaur. I think 1 hit is fine. And now we've got the ability to pump. Hopefully they don't just straight up like... Well, actually, if they do the fight, it's not too bad. But Dami's Ambush would kind of suck. Where they just deal the damage equal to the power. Let's see what they find. They're not gonna have an instant. I know this list very well. They don't really play instant speed removal so much. Unless their sideboard's different than mine. Which it might be, but at this point, the deck has kind of fallen out of favor. What do they do? They're only down to 2 cards. It looks like they don't have much in the tank. They might be flooding out. Yep, they're gonna do it. Block. Pump. Kill the Reggie. No follow-up either. Nice. That is fantastic. I'm just gonna get for 1 again. And let's bond 2. Kill a mountain. I could have maybe pitched more lands there, but I want to be able to cast Bond 2 if we need it. And this way we can potentially double spell while also pumping. Or not double spell, but spell and pump, I should say. I think we're getting a little lucky here. Opponents either really flooding out or their hands mostly just like interaction that's not very good in this situation. Or like Planeswalkers or something, they're just gonna die. I'm not sure. I think if you have like Domri or something, you probably just cast it, but hopefully my opponent doesn't salt time me out or I would disconnect. That would really suck. That would be a really lame way to end the video. Oh, come on, Marinus. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Do we got a Salty Sailor? Give them a second, folks. They'll figure themselves out. Think we got a Salty Sailor. Marinus, come on now. For all 30 or so people that are going to watch this video, you're going to look like a real douche. All right. Pulling down to 5. And let's see if they continue to salt. Salt, 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 salt. Salty Sailor. Man, they're wasting my time, but they're also kind of wasting theirs. They could just go to another game or just concede. Well, now's a good time to say thank you if you've made this far in the video for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it enough to come back and watch more, I've got plenty of videos on the channel, so feel free to check those out. Subscribe so you get the notifications for when those new videos come in. Ring that bell so you get the little notification there. Like the video, comment on it, let me know what you thought. All that stuff really helps. So thank you for your support. Love you guys. And that's it. All right. Opponent got salty and decided to just scoop it up, which, you know, they had a pretty bad draw, but even then, just scoop it up. Don't waste anyone's time. All right, guys, well, this is the deck. I'm going to leave the deck description, or deck list down below in the description, so you can check that out for yourselves. Maybe try the deck in the queues. Let me know how you thought about it. If you thought of any changes, definitely let me know too. I'm always looking for ways to improve the decks I play. Makes my life easier. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, my name is Will. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, all that stuff. Smash everything. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.